How do you perceive yourself?
Oh, I perceive myself in many ways because, like, I'm easygoing, and I have a lot of tolerance. Don't pass it, or you won't like it.
Uh-oh.
But I mean, it takes me. You could do it forever, and I mean a year, and then it would just be a year and a day too much, and I'd have to just say, you know, I've been trying and whatever. But I'm pretty easy to get along with, and I have a great sense of humor, and I like people.
Yeah.
And I like to hang. And
That's the person, like the human. Is
Yeah.
separate. Do you separate it from the icon?
Well, when I'm working, I'm just working, you know,
I
like
understand
you.
that. Yes.
You know, when we're working,
It's just what we do.
Right, and we love what we do.
Right.
I mean, I like to stand on the stage and hear my voice come out of my body, you know, and I'm always surprised, but and more surprised now. But
Why? What do you mean you're more surprised now?
baby, you don't usually have a voice at 77.
You got everything at 77. Oh my God, what is the trick? What is the key?
Nothing. There's no key. My mom.
Your mom. I
My
love
mom
that.
was like beautiful until she was 80, and my mom was a great singer. We did a duet. It's like I can't. It's like the Everly Brothers. I cannot tell sometimes in this song which part
You
my
can't tell
mom
your voice
is.
apart?
Yeah, at some
Wow.
points. It's so. I mean, I took my mom. I stole my mom's voice and used it to become Cher.
Did she want to become a famous singer?
Yes, but she had 2 children and she couldn't, and we were, most times we were pretty poor, and then a couple of times we got lucky, but so she was making a living.
I totally understand that. And I'd imagine she supported you in what you do, obviously.
Yes, she
Yeah.
did. She really did support me, and she knew school was not going to be my thing. You know,
Yes.
it wasn't gonna, like, I didn't want to go to college. I quit school, and then I met Sonny a little while after that, and then after that I met Philip Spector, and then
That's when everything started?
yeah,
Who are some of your favorite artists?
Tupac,
Tupac? Wow.
because Alexander started playing me Tupac, and I was so taken aback by the depth of the words. And I like a lot of different things. I like country music, but I was going to say, in my house, Hank Williams and Tito Puente were always playing because my uncle was a dance teacher, and my mother, I was brought up on Hank Williams. So
So it was always like creatives around you.
yes, and my grandfather played guitar, and my uncle sang, my mom sang, I sang. I thought everyone sang.
Me too, I understand that.
Right.
What's your favorite song of yours? Do you have one?
Well, some of my favorite songs are not my hits, so that's like a child that you love, but nobody else likes him. There's a song I did called "Song for the Lonely" that I love. It wasn't a hit, but it's a great song. But I mean, I like "Turn Back Time,"
Love it.
and I like "Believe" because we were the first people to do auto-tune. My record, "Believe," was the first time auto-tune was ever used. It was called Pitch Machine. Then we had to talk the record company into it because they said, you know, you don't know it's you right in the beginning. And I said, yes, and that's the brilliance of it.
It's good to keep changing and raising
Yeah.
the bar. And
So, yeah, and I'm proud of that.
then how do you know a hit when you know a hit, or what's going to transcend and translate? Because, I mean,
Some songs I hear and you just know, like you know.
yeah.
And sometimes you get a song and you just feel it so deep, and you want to do it and you don't care if it's a hit.
Well, where your fashion come from? Because this outfit, if you could leave it with me, I would take it. But I'm trying to duplicate it in my mind. Where did the fashion come from? Your mom? Like, who did you know?
My mom my mom had great style, but she marched to her own drummer.
Yeah.
So I knew what style was, and there were 3 of them, my mom's 2 girlfriends, and they were all models and bit part actresses, and I would stand behind them, and they would all put their mirrors in the windows and just sit and watch them do their makeup and think, oh my God, these women are so amazing. I want to be this. I want to play with that.
Yeah, well, you did, and then some. Okay, I have to ask you this. What would be your next, like for me, if my music career didn't work out, I used to say I want to be a tattoo artist because I want to use my gifts making my living, right? So I wonder, what would you be if you didn't become Cher?
Oh my God, I can't even think of it. I can't think of any other profession that I would have been good at. I can't think of any.
You could have been a stylist. You could have been a model. I mean,
I modeled a lot for Vogue and a couple of other magazines, Vanity Fair and Bazaar, but I modeled mostly for Vogue and modeled exclusively for Richard Avedon, and that was it took. I didn't even know who he was. I mean, I walked in there cold at 16 years old.
You were brave.
Well, no, I mean, Sonny was, except for the first shot, because Sonny was really, really jealous, and they wanted me to have my back to the camera, and because I cut my hair in a V, they thought it was really great, and it was really long. So they said, just take off the front part. And they said, it's an art thing, and I went, okay, fine, and I was like, whoa, my God, what have I gotten myself into? Sonny's gonna kill me. And then when he walked in, everyone's going, do you see this unbelievable art piece? This could go in a museum. And so they could see them like kind of cutting off his edges and getting him to calm down and whatever.
The Meryl Streep is
Come on.
amazing.
First, I went to make a movie with her, and I was packing my bag, and then I started unpacking it. My sister kept packing it, and I went, I cannot go make a movie with Meryl Streep, okay? And then I get to Texas, and a woman comes at me with wide white hair and a white dress. She puts her arms around me and she says, I'm so glad you're here. And it was her. And it was like, from then on, we were like joined at the hip.
It's beautiful.
I've been friends all this time.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing. And then to see you give your acceptance speech tonight, like it stuck out to me. It really resonated I love hearing from you saying the things that you went through, because everyone thinks when you're an icon like yourself, it's all success. There are no setbacks. And I always tell people, when you hear that no, unfortunately and fortunately, you're still on the right track. And most of the time we hear more no's than yeses.
Yes.
So I want to hear more about that, like when you, because I think it would inspire so many.
I lost all the money I had worked for at one point, so I had to start at ground zero, and I didn't know what I was going to actually do to make a living for my kids, and so I decided to go to Cedars Palace, which was people didn't go there, it's like I always thought, what's Elvis doing here? But people didn't go to Las Vegas. It really was the elephant's graveyard. And there was this one writer who kept saying every year, this is her last year, this is finally her last year, she is so over. And I said, you know what, buddy, I'll be here when you're gone.
That's right.
And I think I am. But
That's funny.
I try to be cool to everybody, because why not?
You're so gracious.
So, but look, I don't know, like, I'm lucky. I'm really lucky, because I think to be in our business, it's not enough to be talented. You've got to have some luck. Because I know people who can sing rings around me, but they weren't as lucky.
Right.
It's God gives, like I'm a vessel. It goes through me.
Come on, you better speak. You are, oh my goodness. Now, I can't let this go by. You mentioned Elvis. You turned down Elvis? Because I would not turn down Elvis.
It was because I was nervous, and I knew of the people around him, and it wasn't that they were bad people, it was just that I was kind of nervous of his reputation.
Okay.
And I mean, I'm really shy when I'm not working, and kind of shy around men.
Okay.
And the reason I go out with young men is because men my age or older, well, now they're all dead, but before, they just never, they were always terrified to approach me. And younger men were the only ones that,
They're bold.
yeah, raised by women like me.
There you have it. If you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the Jennifer Hudson Show YouTube channel. Check your local listings or visit jenniferhudsonshow.com to see when you can watch full episodes in your area. And don't forget to sign up for the newsletter.